Hey everybody, hopefully you can hear me and see me all right. There we go, I've got my screens all higgledy-piggledy now. That's no good at all. Good evening! I probably should start this correctly, shouldn't I? Hey everybody, Ben here for the Bonehead podcast and welcome to Sunday Speculation. We are doing a Sunday stream to talk about gnomes. Now, we're not just going to talk about gnomes because obviously we already talked about gnomes. What we're going to do, I'm hoping to do tonight with all of you guys in chat, and we'll say hello in a second, I've got some slides. You know it's going to be fun when someone says, hey, I've got some slides. We're going to work together with chat to put together what we think the roster for gnomes looks like based on the models and based on the article. Like, it's all well and good. I kind of thought to myself, well, I've got a theory. But I thought, actually, we'll spend 45 minutes, an hour. We'll have a look and talk about actually what we think is going on. Because, I mean, you guys have played more Blood Bowl than I have, and I've played a lot of Blood Bowl. So I thought it would make sense to just kind of co-op together, have a chat, and see what is occurring. Right, let me have a quick look in chat and see who is kicking about. We've got Commissariat, Dune. I think I've read that you're going to be watching Dune 2. Paul Harrison, currently playing Gnome in D&D. See, this is one of the things I really love about the whole gnome thing. Not expecting it. Not much history of gnomes in Blood Bowl. I know there was the Forest Folk Compendium roster, and they're in the Secret League. But I think they've done a good job of choosing a team that's actually pretty generic. That's not just Grimdark. That's not just Warhammer. That's just kind of fantasy. And because they've done that, and because they've gone with all like the wild animals and stuff, it feels like they've kind of made a team for the non-Blood Bowl players, but the proper Blood Bowl players are going to look at it and go, cool rule set, fun models, let's go for it, which I think I've seen a lot of you people say, which I'm a big fan of. Justice Reynolds, Gazatola, showing away the gnome, absolutely. Christian, why not mixed strength, strength one lineman, Beastmaster? Yeah, we've got a poll in chat at the moment because this is where we're going to start. Strength 1 or Strength 2? Now, we've seen some pictures of the release of gnomes. We saw that yesterday, and then on the community, Blood Bowl community on Facebook, people have been putting pictures because they've been going into Warhammer while we're taking photos of them, and we can see based on the models on the pitch and kind of between each other, they look about the same size as halflings, maybe a little bit slighter, but that's probably because halflings are what's the polite way of saying it, portly creatures, aren't they? Essex Boys, Caron, Greg Dodds, Christian, Justice Reynolds, Commissariat, Chrome Disaster, Silith B, Andros, Clive the Kiwi, how we doing? Jera 666. Do you think the Freeman will be Forge World like the second troll? The Freeman, the Fisherman. Interesting. We'll talk about the Fisherman in a minute. Absolutely. Mark Andre, hello from Quebec City, Canada. Hey, Gary Keenan. I feel like they should have more trees to make them different from halflings. We don't know how many trees they've got, right? We know they've got one tree. My money is on 2 trees. It just seems like trees come in packs, but I wouldn't be surprised to see more or less. I think that's a really fair shout. Ben Davies, strength 2 with the foxes of 1 is my thoughts. That is actually exactly where I stand on it. I think they're strength 2. I think they're strength 2. They're goblin, halfling, stunty size. But the fox, I think they'll probably make a little bit weaker to make them a little bit more vulnerable. Double dip, how are we doing? Gareth Kirby. Yeah, my money is on the Fisherman being a ball and chain star player. That would be absolutely wonderful. Zatro has got a really great point here. In today's pre-order article, it said next week on Warhammer Community we'll be taking a closer look at that mysterious gnome player that many of you spotted in yesterday's reveals. So that, I think, potentially links up to the Fisherman, meaning that the Fisherman might be the star player, and that's what they're going to drop a preview article for. It's kind of what they did with Amazons and Norse, isn't it? SD Mode 79, Ben, you could invite / force Nathan to come on the show to sing this as your jingle for the upcoming gnome videos and episodes. You have to scroll right to the beginning of the chat to see what that's about, but it's coming gnome, it's coming gnome. Blood Bowl is coming gnome, which is just a terrible thing for someone to say to anybody if you're familiar with 90s English football. No bribe foul. Don't think gnomes are real. It's clearly a conspiracy by third-party miniatures companies trying to offload gnome minis. Dude, I can only really think of one gnome Blood Bowl team, which was, I think, one of the Cross Lances one, where it's kind of like gnomes, but everyone is like really hench, like massive triangle Johnny Bravo gnomes, which I don't know if that fits the theme quite so much. I think they have hats, but I mean, at the moment, looking at the models, I think my choice for a proxy for gnomes is probably Chaos Halflings from Punga. They got some funky trees, they got some positionals. They don't have beasts, but quite frankly, you can get an Acorn model, you can get a cool little Chaos Familiar, put them with the Beastmaster and make a nice Chaos-themed version of gnomes. But I guess we kind of wait to see the full roster before we start busting that out. Hey Pixel in chat. Barry Scobie, reckon the Fisherman is a catapult casting the ball downfield. Might be a good time to see Hail Mary pass come back. John Howell, I think there'll be 0-2 wizards, so they can cast their illusions. Interesting. Is that wizards or the positional we think might be some kind of wizard? I want to take a couple more minutes, guys, in chat just to say hello and catch up, and then we'll dive into the slideshow. That's right. It's very, very, very exciting. Matthew, one to look at could be the gnomes who seem to have two balls, one wreathed in magic, the other hidden behind them. Yeah, I saw some people pick this out. Some have called them illusionists, wizards. I'm going to go with witches. That just feels right. They are going to be potentially the most exciting piece to talk about because, I don't know, do you remember when Snotlings dropped? There was the wizard Snotling. Turned out to be nothing at all, but for a very brief period of time, we were like, oh my god, there's a wizard, a Snotling wizard on the pitch. And when Ogres dropped, everyone thought that the bottle, the Noblar with the bottle was going to be a dirty player one. It turned out that the surprise player was the runt punter. And this is really cool. So when we look at the full team picture for gnomes, or at least the box art, I guess, you always kind of look at it and you're like, is there a hidden positional here? Is there something here that doesn't make a lot of sense? Hey, Craig Maxwell Brown. Honk honk. I love that. Graham Pickett. Graham, hope you're doing okay, buddy. Sorry to miss you at Beachhead. Fisherman will be standard team player. That would be pretty cool. Scott Broadhead. There was a gnome team in secret leagues on Fumble. Yeah, there was. They were weird. They were kind of gnome engineers. They had basically gnome mechs, which I couldn't see Games Workshop going that direction. But I like that they've kind of got two different rosters. I like that there's a stunty Secret League roster, and there's also the Games Workshop gnome roster. More Blood Bowl is more better. There you go. It took me 4 minutes 49 or something to say that. 8 minutes, in fact. So he suggested a kicker on the community post. Give you a kicker, but just probably a kick post lineman. I reckon so. I reckon so. Right, I'll tell you what. Let's bounce over to the web page. Let's click this button. And let's click this button. There we go, so I can see myself. Okay, we've got the studio lit up in green. I couldn't be bothered to put the green screen over. Right, Sunday speculation. Here is the slideshow, and what we're going to go. Caron, will do, buddy. Ben Davey, was nice to see Bloodside yesterday at Kent team event. Yeah, he went 1, 2, and 1 in the end. He had a very long day. He drove straight up and straight back. Right, this is the box art. So we're going to start off here. Now, everyone in chat, we've got 79% saying strength 2. 21% saying strength 1. I think I agree. I think we're looking at a strength 2 team here. Okay, so we've got gnomes. We've got gnomes. So, the box art. This is what they do every single time a Blood Bowl team's released. I know that you guys know that, but just for completeness' sake, what they do is they do a splashy video with some fun music. They've been doing this since Snotlings came out. I think it's probably the first one that we were like, oh wow, they are ramping up what they're attempting to do. And they show everything, and then they show what's in the box, essentially, which is what this. So the Gnome Blood Bowl team, the Glim Dwaro Groundhogs. This looks like this is what's going to be in the box. Now, it's Games Workshop. Every release tends to be a little bit different. They like to keep us on our toes in a billion different ways, right? So it's entirely possible that they're going to sneak more stuff in. I think it's highly probable this is what's in the box. And I know that a lot of people out there think they're the same. I don't think they'd box it with only 6 linemen. Maybe. Ben Davia drove straight up to Kent and back as well. 5 a.m. start. Went 400, 400. And my team won the event. Well done, buddy. Very, very, very impressive. Right, gnomes. So we've got all the gnome pieces. There's a couple that we definitely know. are positionals. That's the Beastmasters, right? So you've got the Beastmasters there. You've got the guy with the goose, old honk honk, and you've got badger, 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 badger. No mushrooms in this one, which is quite fortuitous. I mean, what do you guys think? We'll start off talking about that. What do you guys think of the interchangeable wild animals? Because if we look at the way this is done, if this is like 2 sprues with 2 sets of players, that means that you are going to end up with 2 free animals, 2 side animals, which is brilliant. I saw an absolutely fantastic comment the other day, which was, I can't choose between the goose or the badger to base solo to be acorn. And I think that's wicked. I think you go badger, badger on both your beastmen, or maybe don't even use the animals at all, and then paint up your goose or your badger as the star player acorn just to throw in there as well, because I mean, that's just such a clever idea. It's a clever idea. It's a good way of using models, and it's just really funny. We are going to see, I hope you guys out there know this, if you played in Blood Bowl tournaments, we are going to see a ton of geese models, goose models. Geese is everywhere in Blood Bowl, and it's going to be wicked. We're going to see some, like, it's going to be brilliant. It's going to be absolutely brilliant. Just going to keep an eye on chat. It's a snake, he knows. Goose and badgers are journeyman, and they get a second kit just for more animals. Absolutely. Can recruit acorn for 20k. That'd be wicked. Anyone who doesn't want the geese, I'll take them off your hands. Goose team incoming. There you go. Ben Davey might be the first one to do it. Ben, I picked up all the yellow paints and stuff that you suggested when I saw you at our last tournament. I haven't painted anything since then, but the idea is there. Miniature of the year there, says Craig Westwell Brown. Kojin Nicholas, only 12 stunty models plus 4 beasts. Seems like not enough in a box. Kit bash a goose with a club in its beak. Yeah, exactly. Right, so confirmed players. You've got, can you see my mouse? You can see my mouse, potentially. You've got your standard dudes, okay? So we think these 6 are absolutely, positively, definitely linemen. Then you've got 2 Beastmasters, Badgerman and Goose. One must be called Maverick. One, it kind of, yeah. One of them's not going to survive. Right, then you've got the 2 Foxes. What does the fox say? Just to throw out another very annoying 2000s song. 2 Foxes in this as well. So you've got those 2 positionals. We know the Foxes are positional. We know the Beastmasters are positionals. So that's what we know. We know a few of the skills, and as we go through the slideshow, what we'll do is we'll build up player profiles. But yeah, in Poland, Goose is, I don't know what those symbols are. Loving the ad rules, absolutely. Mess with the honk, you get the bonk. Box plus 2 trees brought separately, potentially. Replace gnomes by geese and the geese by gnomes. Any other good colour schemes besides red and blue? Dude, when it comes to the gnomes, I don't know. And this is the thing I really love about what they do with Spike magazines. Every Spike magazine, they'll drop 1 page. It's normally around page 8. It's my favourite page in the whole thing, which is like famous teams or infamous teams. And I find that page more inspirational than literally anything else, because it tells you like this much on 4 other teams. Doesn't really tell you their kit, doesn't really tell you anything except just a little glimmer of the history. And I find that so tantalizing, because I'm like, oh my god, I can build on this. This is inspirational. Show no mercy. This is going to be fun too, the amount of gnome puns, especially gnome puns and team names. What does the fox say? T touchdown. The kicker figure's alignment, I reckon. Okay, cool. Let's talk kicker. So we got these 2 lads here who, if I zip over here just to show you, I pulled this out separately because I saw a lot of comments in the video on Facebook that is very much a case of like, is this guy kind of looks like he could be kicking, kind of looks like he could be punting. He's got a punch fist. It could be that we have a kicker positional. I don't know. We've done 1 poll to give him strength 2. Let's finish that poll, and I want to hear from you guys in chat. If the punter, start a poll. Punter / kicker, yes or no? There we go. Chuck that in chat. Let's see if we can get a poll up. All right, 76% thought strength 2. So I'm happy with that. Ooh, you can see the little graph going. I love that. People do not think that the punter is a punter. No kicker, just derpy walking. Yeah, proper proud cartoon walking, isn't it? Libby's And then maybe you can tell me if I'm live or not. Click here, click there. Okay. Turn the router back on. Click there. Talk to me, Goose. You're back. Okay. Well, this is really annoying, but my 5G router just stopped working halfway through. I literally just tanked it out. In fact, you can still see there's no light now. Andros, I think you are live. There is no light on internet, which is really concerning. So, what? Hey, at least we've got backup internet. Fading in and out. OBS disconnected, reconnecting. There we go. That should be us back now. Okay. Honk honk. Okay, wicked. We should be back, and I've rebooted the router, so it's all fine. Okay, so we are happy to say that the kicker is no good. So let's end that poll. Let's get back. Still cutting out every 3 seconds. Should be okay. We're back onto the router now, so that should be all right. So we don't think we got a kicker. Let's get rid of that then. Let's get rid of that. I'm pretty happy, and I agree with you guys that's the case. Now the last one that looks very interesting on here is the dude with flames here. Actual flames on the ball. And it looks like there's interchangeable pieces here as well, which is pretty cool. So we've got this witch style model, and it looks like they've got interchangeable hands. So you can switch it over. Flaming on one hand, real ball on one hand, which looks like they're doing a bit of a switcheroo. So I've seen a load of comments in there saying it's some kind of illusion magic, it's some kind of switcheroo stuff, and I want to hear your ideas in chat as to what this piece is, because I'm really intrigued. I mean, if you look, she's disguising a rock as the ball. Yeah, hiding the ball as a rock. Those kickers are runners. It seems strange to have runners as well as the foxes. I think the foxes are runners. Clearly a lady, not a dude. Hey, it's a gnome dude. Witch wizard could have hypno gaze. Hypno gaze makes sense. The illusionist is a good name. Second illusionist, that seems to be a lore thing. It does, absolutely. I think a thrower, or only these ones have right stuff. Probably the one that makes illusions. Yes. Anti-strip ball, I think, is potentially the case. It could just be sure hands. They're clearly okay breaking the traditional, like, giving stunties and stuff non-standard skills. So, I don't know. It could be a case that they're happy chucking in sure hands as a standard skill for these players, which makes a lot of sense. And yes, I've seen some great chat in there. There's clearly two in the team. There is clearly two. Which illusionist, either with hypno, new skill, or like Amazon's get a new skill potentially. Super strip ball, bomber. Bomber is the other one, and we're going to put another chat here. Is this a bomber? This is what I'm really interested to see what everybody thinks, because it absolutely positively could be a bomber, because you've got that kind of flame throwing thing. But there are lots of bombers in the game. Games Workshop have clearly heard the message that bombers are not the most popular thing in the world. But that could be the case. Auto dump off there from Malphas. Auto dump off only between two illusionists. I love that. I did see a comment about that as well, because I think that could be very, 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 very frustrating. And it feels like... all right, we still got audio. I feel like it could be... If anyone's still getting audio issues, press F5, refresh the page, should be okay. Sorry about that. I don't know what else to do. I already have 2 internet subscriptions. I guess I should move house. It'd be easier to move near Nottingham. I imagine they have better internet. I like that auto dump off idea. Yeah, says Andros. Paul Norman music, a new rule where 2 balls land and 1 is fake if they kick the ball. I know there was a special play card that did something very similar to that. Ron says, I'm hoping it's some kind of wild quantum ball skill. Anyone might actually have the ball, maybe even the opposition. If there is something that introduces more balls to the pitch, that could be really interesting. That could be really interesting. I'm not sure. You've been pretty good since you reset the router, but what quality are you streaming at? Should be good quality. Hey, it's the first time we kind of done some proper live streaming here, so we're working our way through it. Gazantol, I'm thinking this would be a new trait, and the Illusionist acts as a thrower. Like if someone intercepts the ball on a pass, there's a chance it was a fake ball, and the Illusionist keeps the ball. Like super safe ball. That works. That would work. Maybe a thrower that can throw either a bomb or the ball. She's a wizard with balls. True story. New skill, swap ball. That could be interesting. Go for a painting. Hello, how you doing? I can't really see them doing that, but it would be fun. Okay, so we do not think so far that this is a bomber. Can't see them doing that. It could be an ability where if the ball's stripped from them, then 50-50 not. Yeah, they like doing that, providing kind of like what I call a ward save. To save a fumble, like if something goes wrong, you know, on a 5+ it doesn't go wrong or something like that. I could definitely see that. Cheaper wizards, maybe a new throw or catch skill. Definitely. Okay. Some new skill where they act like the chests in Dungeon Bowl. Smack them and find out if it's the bomb or the ball. Yeah, just open a gnome. Just open the gnome and see what happens. Okay, so we think we got the witch. We don't necessarily think that they are a bomb. I like that. Happy with that. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to hit up the line gnomes here. And we're just going to talk through what we think they've got. So let's start with what we know. Fumblerooski would make sense, actually. I've forgotten about that skill a little bit. Bull Hayward says, if you are trying to stream at a too high quality, your internet will cause you issues. I do not think we're trying to stream at 4K, but could be. Do you know what? I'm not going to muck around with it now, but the more streams we do, the more chance we have of getting it right. Especially we've got Monday Night Football next week. No, Monday Night Blood Bowl. You're running into buffering issues. Rump up. There we go. So let's start with the gnomes. We know they've got rump up. So the real question here, do they have dodge as well as rump up? Rump up. What do you think? Do we have dodge on these guys? I tell you what, one thing I think we can be sure of is they're going to have stunty. I think that, you know, it's pretty obvious they're going to have stunty, and we're literally going to write this as we go. Vid quality is improved. Woo woo. Maybe we're getting there. Maybe we're getting there. Thank you for your patience, everybody. Obviously, it's a stunty team, isn't it? These dudes are tiny, very much thinking they'll be strength 1. Yeah. It's definitely a possibility. All right, let's see. What have we got? Lineman 0 to 16, movement 5, strength 2, edge 3, passing 4, armor 7. Do you know what? That's what we're going to start with. Movement 5, that's halfling. Strength 2, that's halfling. Edge, what's Ganna said? Edge 3 plus, passing 4 plus for a lineman. I think that's all right. Armor 7 plus. Is that the same as halflings as well? Move that over. We've got the blooming logo in the way there. Okay, we don't think they've got dodge. Chat says no. Chat says more and more no as well as we're going through, which is cool. I'm happy with that. Right, let's see some comments. Oh, right stuff. Right stuff. Should we check right stuff? QRST. Right stuff here. Potentially right stuff? I think that's a question. I think that's a question. We don't think they're going to have dodge. They must have dodge. They're stunty. Yeah, but they've got wrestle. Sidestep. That's kind of... Sidestep is interesting. Sidestep, let's give that a question mark as well. I like the idea of sidestep because they're kind of like wheeling around. Like, it's kind of illusion-y, isn't it? If the whole deal is that gnomes are like all about illusions and tricksiness and stuff like that, then sidestep is probably the other very annoying combination. Stunty without dodge is like Monday mornings without a creeping sense of existential dread. Edward, the fact that your existential dread doesn't hit you on Sunday night means you are winning at life. Armor 8+ like Gobbos. I don't know, man. These guys look more fragile than Gobbos. Movement 5, strength 2, edge 3+, passing 4+, armor 7+, says Paul. Yeah. They say light armor, so armor value 6+. That would be pretty murderous. Sidestep for the Illusionists. Ooh. Let's chuck that down, because I think that's clever. That is clever. There's treatment. There must be right stuff. Yeah, I mean, you can't throw Wood Elf. What do the Gobbos and Black Orcs have? They're 45k, armor 8+ with thick skull as well. I think general instead of agility. Interesting. Their strength 1, they need to be titchy, which I don't see happening. Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. Rumpunty Stuff Step. I love that. The Foxes might have sidestep. That, yeah. Titchy might be. I think these guys are going to be strength 2. Chat thinks they're going to be strength 2 too. So I think that they do like the teams to be at least 1 less than the ideal skill packages. Yes. Edge 4+ dodge would be very interesting. Gnomes are historically supposed to be kind of dwarf related, right? That's kind of their deal. So maybe they're gonna have hurt on the edge. Of course, no existential dread on the Sunday night Bonehead podcast is live streaming. I'm just trying to fill the void in my life now the NFL has gone. No sidestep will have dodge. Too big for titchy. Movement 6 might make up for not having stunty dodging. Movement 6, yeah. I mean, with rump up, that would be brutal as well. Pretty sure you can throw a goose. I think it might be one of those things you can only do once before somebody somewhere gets a terrifying phone call, or you get a knock at the door. Seeing the picture of the team Warhammer World, it looks like they're on 25mm bases, so strength 1, I reckon. Adam, I will say in the video they've got in the Games Workshop trailer they dropped yesterday, there's a bit where they're on, you can see it on the pitches, and they look awfully like 32s. I mean, could be wrong, but it does look awfully like 32s. In fact, do you know what? Let's have a quick look, see if I can find the video quickly, and we'll put it up on the screen. Warhammer, here we go. Because I think I saw that. Did I see that? I think I saw that. There's a bit here where they're on the bases. I'm not sure if you can see that or not. Tell you what, let's give them a like. Good job. I think those are 32mm bases. I think I'm happy they're 32mm bases, and they look about halfling sized. This is the chap that we think the article's alluding to. Maybe a star player for them. Very cool model. But back to the line gnomes. There we go. Whoa! Einhard's skin on the mage. That's interesting. Sidestep is the snotling. Yeah. Sidestep kind of is snotling angle, isn't it? I think we're happy that they don't have dodge. And I think I'm getting from you guys that you're happy that they've got right stuff, because they've got at least 1 treatment. I think the article says they might have a couple of treatment. The little dudes are on 28mm bases. They're smaller than the Beastmaster dudes, but bigger than 25. Why do that, Games Workshop? Why do that? Why introduce more base sizes? Foxes, Monstrous Mouth, Sprint, or Sure Feet. I saw the Warhammer World. They are on 32mm bases. Well done, Dan P. Halfling size, Snotling strength. Ooh. David Mason, is that just you protecting halflings? Is that you just protecting halflings? Okay, so we got line gnomes here. If we think there is another article which says 2 treatment, okay, if they got 2 treatment, then yeah, what you're saying here is what you're saying here. It makes sense that they've got right stuff. Are these good guys snotlings? That's what I thought. I have to go now. My kids are awakened. Ooh, I know what that's like now. It is not easy. It is not easy. Right, okay. Are we happy with this for the lineman? I'm not too fussed about skill access, but I do think if we're happy with this stat line, what price are we looking at? 30,000, 40,000, 50,000. Price. What price do we think for these guys? David Mason, Fling Nation, Fling Nation, leading the Treeman supplies to the Blood World. I do like that they've got another Treeman model. It is another Treeman model. I just thought it was the same one because it's got a similar pose. Stunty for lineman, yeah. We'll catch up later. Lars, the base of the Beastmaster is larger than the rest. Ooh, are you right on that one? Potentially so, yeah. Maybe they are 25s. This is the fun bit though, right? This is the speculation. This is what we don't actually know. Okay, general access in Warhammer Fantasy Battle. They lacked toughness and strength of dwarves, but had weapon skill. Yeah, maybe general. I mean, they've got access to wrestle. So is this going to be one of those cases where it's like Nerves of Steel for the Elven catchers, where they've got this skill that they can't normally get, but they kind of front them that skill to kind of help. They're better than halflings, but worse than goblins. So 35k for me, definitely like 32 mil basis as Essex. Agree. With that skill set, could easily be skink price. 40k seems to be leading the way. Sonaki here says, I see gnomes as stunty dwarves. They may be elitish for stunty. That would be very, very, very cool. That would be very cool. Okay, so we think we're looking about 40. 35 to 40, I think, is what we're leaning on here. 35 to 40k makes a lot of sense. Gary, yeah, 28.5 mil bases do exist. And I guess the smaller the base, the more space on the board. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. Makes a lot of sense. So that's standard. That's what we think the standard stat line is. With rump up, right stuff, and stunty. Potentially sidestep, but I think that would be too many skills. I like the idea of general access, but no agility. Warhammer Fantasy Lore names share a common ancestry with dwarves. Yeah, interesting. Interesting. Okay. We think 40k for this. Are we happy with this stat line? They look as good as the Black Orc Gobbos. So 45k. So maybe 40 to 45. 35. No sidestep. No sidestep. Okay. Well, in the interest of not getting completely bogged down in the boring bit of linemen, let's go to the foxes. What does the fox say? So, skills. Got to have dodge, right? Got to have dodge. What have we got for foxes? What have we got for foxes? Let's see the stats for foxes. Pull normal music. Let's join in for a while. We've got to run. Catch a day like Yorge. Stunty, no dodge. Always going in 3+, but no free reroll. Yeah, I don't think that's bad. I think that's fine. Especially if you've got wrestle, if you've got rump up to make it work. David Mason, what's their quirk? It may lean towards what skill set they may have. Their quirk is that they've got general access skill, right? Primary strength, stunty, mighty blowers. Oh yeah, but with wrestle, that's kind of like an anti-combo, right? A non-combo, a non-bow. Movement 7 for the foxes, says Paul. Okay, I like that. Did we talk skill access? We didn't. I think we can come back to skill access because they've got to survive long enough to get skills. Sprint. I like sprint. That's a good one. Chris says sprint. Scott says sprint. Kara on Monstrous Mouth, sprint or Sure Feet. Sure Feet, yeah, maybe. Monstrous Mouth. I do like Monstrous Mouth. Yeah, let's put Monstrous Mouth down for now. Oh, hashtag Monstrous Mouth. I don't think you want to use that hashtag. Sure Hands. Sure Hands would be pretty epic. Right, Mr. Bozzy Boz, we've got some stats. Movement 8, Strength 1, Edge 2+, no passing, Armor 6. Movement 8, Strength 1. I like Strength 1, but pressing 1 changes the screen. That's going to be a problem, isn't it? Yes, it is. We can come back to that. Okay, so do we think Tidgy, movement 7, sprint, monstrous mouth. Strength 3 for the fox. That would be pretty cool. They'd be like epic blitzers. Acorn is strength 1, right? So a squirrel is strength 1. I used Khorne as a guide, Acorn as a guide. Stunty, Titchy, no hands. John Lewis, I like the idea of them having no hands, except it does say that they are the ball carrier. Oh, OTB, Adam. Yes. Oh, you're sticking my skills. Titchy, we think Titchy. Monstrous Mouth sounds like a Zuma your mama joke where it didn't happen. Titchy, yeah, these guys are more likely to have strength 2 than linemen with things. All right, I think this calls for a poll because I can't see a trend. Fox strength. 1 or 2. Start poll. And while I do that, I'm going to delete my hotkey because that is very annoying. Delete you. Thank you. Goodbye. Clickety click. Microchips. There we go. Okay, so what do we got? We've got strength 1 is willing at the moment. I like that. Geese and badgers could be strength 3. I could see touchy sounds fitting. No hands, but how does it carry the ball? Yeah, monstrous. Unless they change monstrous mouth to be like, even if they've got no hands, they can take the ball. I could see Titchy sounds fitting. No hand. Yeah, Titchy, stunty, dodge, jump up, move 8. Oh, move 8, strength 1, edge 2+, armor 6+. From the foxes that use my garden, that's just a skill that, yeah, invokes them making a lot of noise at 3 AM. Yeah, disturbing presence. How's that? How's that work? Fox's animosity. That's clever. On a 1, the fox leaves the pitch to raid someone's bin. I think foxes will have to stay within X spaces from beastmasters like sheepdog. Yeah, maybe. What do you guys think to some kind of nega trait like really stupid? Strength 2. I doubt squirrel is the same strength. And they fear people with red coats and bugles. I think that's fair. Hey, Mark Andre's back. Commissariat, the squirrel is just strong. Will the fox have wild animal, do you think? Wild animal is probably the right skill. But having really stupid means you've got to have someone there to tell them what to do. Every animal wants strength 1, acorn, beer boar. Claws, 0 to 2 on the roster. Yeah, 0 to 2. I think you're right on that one. I think yeah, I think that's fair. Beer boar's a strength 1. Not sure if a fox is stronger than a boar carrying a barrel of beer. That is very fair. Edge 3+, armor 6+. Yeah, I like that. 3+, passing, dash, armor 6+. They're vulnerable. What else do we say? Sure feet, sprint, and maybe Titchy. Okay, that's cool. We got that means they're dodging on a 2+. If strength 1, then Titchy. If strength 2, then no Titchy. I could see loner, yeah, maybe. Special skill, will gladly carry a bomb, thinking it's a ball. I should have given that to the pigs as well. Okay, so strength 1, you are 55%. This is tough. The point of strength 1 is that it's rubbish at blocking. So if we've got a movement 7 ball carrier with Titchy, that means 2+ dodges at movement 7. If we give them sprint, that gives them speed 10. But basically it means that if they get caught, they get dead. And I think that's pretty good. They're bigger than gnomes, so not Titchy. Yeah. But yeah, maybe. I'm not sure. Stunty and Titchy. Oh, Stunty. Yeah, I need Stunty. Stunty. God, this is testing my ability to understand the alphabet. Strip ball. I think you're right. I think monstrous mouth and strip ball. No, monstrous mouth and sprint. These, I think we'll see I think we'll see a special skill, something like that, that either means they're super fast or, like you guys said, sprint, sidestep. Foxes are better than Skaven for sure. Animal savagery. Could be why they're 8 line, because you risk your own being taken out. Strength 1 movement should be higher, 8 till 9. Movement 7 and strip fits better. Strip ball, no titchy on the fox. This is really divisive, isn't it? This is really divisive. So we're not sure about titchy, and we think monstrous mouth or sprint could go. I think we might have strip ball. I think, yeah, something like that does make a lot of sense. Okay. Foxes are agile. They will have titchy. Fox could be thrown but have to roll for a bite. Yeah, I don't think right stuff on these guys. Movement 8 and animosity. Like skinks, but greedy. A buff to intercept and catch in for a dog. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. I like that one. Right. Beastmaster. What we're going to do is we're going to assume they've got the same stat line as the other guys. And then you tell me what we need to change. Did we give them armor 7+? I think we did, didn't we? Armor 7+ for the gnomes. Boop, boop. Let's see. Rump up. Do you think they're going to have all the same skills? Plus guard. Delete. Stunty. And then we'll do this. So if this is where we start with the Beastmaster, what do we think? This is the least we've been able to predict the team in a long time. I know. Strip ball doesn't fit. It's a better added skill. Yeah, that's fair, John Lewis. Titchy fits the agility of a fox. Matt Mike. Yeah, I do think that makes sense. Giving them that 2++ dodge when they're just going to get exploded, being strength 1, armor 4 or whatever. Makes a lot of sense. Passing 5+ with the guard. Boy, yeah, definitely. Maybe no passing. Maybe no passing. I don't think it matters too much for these guys. They got guard. No right stuff for sure. Yeah, I think you are right in that, which is a shame because I think I'd like to see the goose give some kind of swoop. Maybe even one extra strength. Right, we do like that they've got guard. That is absolutely boss. So we're going to highlight one, agreed. I have to spend the whole weekend trying to figure out how to paint badger fur. Get BT to do a video. It would be white ink and airbrushing. Do the geese and badgers have different stats and skills? Badgers should have claws. Geese could have swoop and right stuff. You don't think they'll have jump up or wrestle either? Interesting. I don't know. I mean, it's kind of their thing. And wrestle is a anti-combo with guard. Maybe strength 3 and guard. That would be absolutely fat, wouldn't it? Right, I'm going to put right stuff in the chat. That's the wrong button. We want to go poll. Start a poll. Right stuff. Oh, let me type, for goodness sake. Right stuff. Do we have right stuff on the Beastmaster? No rump up, no stunty. Didn't it say they start with guard? They start with it, use it, and then lose it? Yeah, I suppose. Multiple block, because there are 2 on the base. That's clever. Paul, I think the animals provide the guard. Otherwise, no differentiation. Quite possibly, yeah. Strength 3 is likely. Jump up is probably not. But you know what would be... correct if odd. 2 heads. I could see strength 3 once they're ganging up on people. What college will they go in? Hopefully Shadow. Come on. Gaz says, I think wrestle, but no jump up. Strength 3 guard fend, the most aggravating stunty player in life. Only the linemen are going to have rump up. The goose can't have swoop unless it can carry its handler. Yeah, I think that's too fun. I don't think we're going to get that. I think that's too fun. Like, I love the idea of the guy just... Right, I've got the badger, which means I'm strength 3 and frenzy, or you take a honk master, and the honk master has right stuff and swoop. That would just be wicked. Maybe frenzy, multi-block, multiple block would be interesting. Geese used on Jersey Beach to guard boats, so definitely guard. College of Shadow, they are masters of shadow magic. That is the background. Geese definitely have frenzy in real life. 2 heads, I like that cool. Strength 3 frenzy. What do we reckon would be the reroll price for the team? What is it for halflings? 60k? I think a reasonable place to start. I like disturbing presence. Frenzy dauntless could be good. Multiple block would be awesome. Okay, I think I can't. Right, so we've got no right stuff. You guys said no right stuff. Very happy with that. Let's do a poll. Are we talking rump up? Do they have rump up as well? It feels like it's the team's thing, so I get it, but being that they're representing being two players, like working in concert, I can see that being a bit weird. I can definitely see that being a bit weird. So if they don't have rump up, what are we going to see on them instead? Multiple block, potentially. I liked multiple block frenzy. I'm not going to write multi-block frenzy. Multi-block frenzy. That does make a lot of sense. And it's an interesting combo if you think about it. Like the guard player provides additional support. If there's two guard players in concert, that frenzy is a little better. A little better. 50k reroll because they have a grudge against halflings. Strength 3 animal savagery. That would be brutal. Only 2 on the roster. No rump up. Interesting. Interesting. 60k feels right for rerolls. 60k does feel right for rerolls. I'll tell you what. Let's put that here because I think that's 60k rerolls. I'll put that there. Put that there. Sprint, sure feet because that multi-block. I could see wrestle but not jump up. I really hope they are different, and I do love the idea of swoop, geese, guard and claws, animals with savagery, badgers, sweep, right stuff, jump up. That'd be clever. If you're a Beastmaster, fend makes sense thematically, yeah. Dauntless is good. Movement 7, we think the Beastmaster is going to be faster, foul appearance. Dauntless again. Will there be another Halfling Thimble Cup team? Thinking Master Chef, and how would that imply reroll access? Is Thimble Cup the thing that gives Master Chef half the price? Or is it being a halfling team? You've got to assume these guys would get Thimble Cup, but they might not, I suppose. Strength 3 guard, disturbing presence for geese, raccoons of claws and frenzy. Disturbing presence, disturbing presence, disturbing presence. Okay, so no. We're happy that there's no on these. Animal type, different skill package. That would be cool. Geese could have leap or dauntless. Dauntless is interesting. Multiple block, frenzy, dauntless. Interesting. Mighty blow. Thimble cup does it. Okay. Leader, since it's a master. Brawler. Brawler with is Brawler's medium. Like Brawler would be a safe skill. Goose says new rule: bonk on a 4+. They strip ball. That's brutal. Dauntless. Look at those eyes. No fear. Shadowing. Geese love chasing peeps. Yeah. We need to introduce a player type of tourist to that one. We've heard they have guard. It has to be where the guard is. Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's talk the witch now. And again, if I start out with the same stat line as everybody else that we talked about, I'll drop a PA down as well. No, I won't, because we think she might be the thrower. We think she might be a thrower positional. What do we say for armor? 7? 7 good? No, 7's basically old armor value 6, isn't it? So 7's trash. So I think 7's all right. Right, let's grab these. And I think you guys said that sidestep was your extra skill of choice here. Is she going to have the standard package armbar? They mentioned low-cost players, but I don't think they'll have low-cost linemen. Stuart Shelley, I'm thinking not Thimble Cup. If they have the grudge with halflings, dwarf star access makes more sense. That would be interesting. Oh, white dwarf with these guys giving mighty blow to like angry foxes. That would be wicked. Brian Hopkins, they won't get 2 strength skills. Will the Goose and Badger both have the same skills? That would be the coolest way to design this team, right? If they're like 0 to 2 Beastmasters, when you build the Beastmaster, choose their companion, choose their familiar, a bird or a badger. Fumblerooski, Hypnogaze. Hypnogaze would be interesting. Hypnogaze is the leader at the moment for this positional. Sure Hands, Fumblerooski, Stunty, Hypnogaze, Sure Hands, Fumblerooski. That is a skill set, isn't it? That is too many skills, surely. Strip Ball Shadowing. Ooh. Some kind of ball sacker. Could be very interesting. If she's a thrower, 3+ pass, like the Halfling Hefty, I think she's potentially... I like that. I think she's potentially going to be the thrower of this team. It's funny, it's really basic, and I'm probably massively, massively wrong, but because she is modelled with a ball, I am instinctively thinking she's the one you want to have the ball. The witch gets the ball, hands off to the fox scores. That feels like how it's been sold to us so far. I could be massively wrong, but that's what it looks. That's what strip ball, but better. Secret weapon, 2+ auto ball steal, like a weak chainsaw. Ugh. That would upset some people. Unique illusion ability. Frantic Unicorn. John Lewis, I think she's a passer. I like the idea of the new skill. All Games Workshop teams recently have had a new gimmick. Yeah. I think Fumblerooski, Sure Hands. Maybe when handing off can choose not to reveal if the player has the real ball or not. I hope not. I think that would introduce a little too much complication to the game. Super themey, and I love that. But maybe... I don't know if I want that much complexity added to the game. It's another thing to track. I'll admit, it's only one ball, right? And Dungeon Bowl, we recommend having 3. I'm really hoping for a new skill since they manages illusions. Dude, we could even just see Chicken Chaser. I like that. Should be Goose Chaser. I would be happy with that. Like, new skill, illusion. I don't know what it does, but I like it. My bet is thrower with a new illusion skill. There you go. Mike Fumblerooski could be cool too. So many possibilities, says Marc-Andre. She will have a new skill, says Magisaurus. Gingerbread, Sure Hands, Safe Pair of Hands, Safe Pair of Hands, Dump Off. Dump Off is good too. Yeah, I tell you what, we're going to get rid of this stuff and just talk about the extra skills. So, Dump Off. Dump Off is good. I like Dump Off. I think that could be the one. Could be the one. I was on team new skill for her, but if she is the thrower, I think not. I think it should be a themed version of an existing skill. Maybe that'll be similar to the Norse Valkyrie with some interesting skills. Yeah, appears beside her. Razzle Dazzle still a thing, only in 7s, and hopefully not too often. Another Bombardier, says Charon. Exactly. Andros, here's a question. It's likely the case that only one positioner will have a new skill. Which one will it be? Oh, it's a horrible decision because you want the new skill to go to the Goose and the Badger, don't you? But then again, this one looks like she can have some kind of trickery skill. I don't mind if this is just sidestep, rump up, dodge, sure hands. Like, that feels fine. Strip ball and shadowing, Karen, ooh, I like that. Dump off feels right. Hypnogaze feels right. Sidestep feels right. Strip ball feels right. Shadowing. Shadowing, I don't know. I think shadowing, maybe shadowing. The movement's rubbish, isn't it? But I don't... There's no room for your logic here when we're designing Blood Bowl teams. Maybe dump off a bomb instead of the ball. The Witch Illusionist will have the new skill trait for the team, says Lars. New skill will be on the Illusionist. Bombardier could be it. Maybe the second magical ball is secretly a bomb. How about this, guys? A non-secret weapon Bombardier. Wouldn't that be a delight? Wouldn't that be a delight? Strip ball dump off. Gnome, yay. Shadowing movement 5, worse than useless. Yes. Trumpets rolled it in the Bonehead Championship, and it was not good. Furrow, that is also Bombardier. They specifically gave the model a second ball with flames, so I can see some kind of illusionary pass that's a bomb instead of the ball or something. Movement 6 to Shadow Halflings only. No way is that going to happen. Nice one, Andros. Milton, it's a 40mm base, and it's one of those giant garden gnomes. Awkward. Possibly the Fox. The Fox might have the special skill, would be amazing. Probably new skill trait. I don't think they'll have too many extra skills to keep the player cost down. A trade skill, so swaps the ball with a bomb. Oh, Black Gobbo. Yeah, but it's not positional, he says, saving himself. Of course you'd know the Black Gobbo, Adam Pike. the Adam Pike Award of 79 fouls in one game. Maybe a dump off safe pair of hands combo, something like that. Art on a model using magic to make a rock look like the ball. Anyone using strip ball against her only gets an illusion ball drop. Oh, they both have 2 balls. There's definitely something going on there. Running pass, fake ball illusion. Let them place down the ball when blitzed. So like Fumblerooski dump off hybrid. That's not bad. That's not bad. Giants for this team could be actual garden gnomes. Ah, yeah. Okay, I guarantee we're going to see that beachhead. I guarantee. Justice as an illusionist, and the model looking like it has fake ball. I'm willing to bet it'll have something to do with the ball. She can make an invisible clone of herself, but you have to point out when you're using it. 2 tree man team. I think an article says it's 2 tree men. I reckon strength 1. I still think they're snotling adjacent. I would be very happy with that. But hack flame's ability, but against opposing players. Teleporting ball. 2 ball tokens. 1 is real, 1 is fake. God, that would be miserable. That would be absolutely miserable. Like, you make a gutsy play, although it's against kind of like pseudo halflings, isn't it? To knock the ball carrier down, and then you're like, ah, joke's on you. That is a fake ball. I feel like dump off is the closest for a fake ball illusion. I agree. Actually, do you know what? What about dump off with dump off and nerves of steel? If we're thinking clever stuff, so you her and just a 3+, she gives the ball to somebody else. Potentially. We don't think she's a bomber. I think the illusion will let you place behind the opposing player instead of a dodge. It would be funny to have only 1 illusionist on the team, so 1 illusionist is a fake player. That's clever. Autocomplete pass handoff between the 2 of them. I can see that being their special power. That is, I don't know. I'm trying not to say inappropriate things, but some kind of game ball trickery, like you said, Mike. Like kind of like, boom, here's the ball. Somebody else has it now. Interesting. So, guys, I'm going to have to wrap up in a short while, but I would like to go through what we've talked about. Oh, at the kickoff, 2 balls are sent. Oh, I love the idea. Nuke skill dump off as a handoff instead of pass. Like a quick, like a shovel pass, like the old Brett Favre way. 1 illusionist is the goose in disguise. It feels like they could have done so much with that. Right, we don't think we've got a kicker. We have no idea what the witch does, but we think she does something. I'm on board with that. The Beastmaster has guard. We know it's going to have some combat skills, but we don't quite know which ones. We don't necessarily think the Beastmaster is going to have rump up because it doesn't fit. We think either wrestle or jump up, but not both. And then one other skill like fend or dauntless or something in there as well to make the Beastmaster a little bit more juicy. Foxes, we think they're going to be movement 7 or 8, either 7 in sprint or 8 vanilla. We think they're going to have dodge, monstrous mouth or some skill like that, and they're going to be very vulnerable. They're going to pop when you look at them. I like that. I think that makes a lot of sense. And gnomes, we think they're halflings with rump up instead of dodge, and we think they're going to be a bit more expensive. They're going to be goblin priced with rump up. Armor 7+ is the same as halflings, isn't it? Okay. 60k rerolls is what we think, because that lines up with halflings. I think that's reasonable. Just going to check in with chat one more time. Titchy strength 1 makes sense to me. To mirror the snotlings with the goblins and halflings mirror. And that, Thomas, that's very neat. That's a very neat package. Phrasing. Chickens Chaser, having a blast, theorizing all the possibilities. Can't wait to get more info. What about the tree man? Maybe a 3+ loner. What's the halfling tree man? Is he 3+? I think he's 3+. It makes sense. An idea would be to look at the old stats for Warhammer roleplay. I don't know. I don't know if stuff translates very well, because goblins are strength 3 in Warhammer, right? They're the same strength as humans, but in this game they're not. I hope the Illusionist has kick. Oh, dude, I'd love kick. The one on the left does look like she's about to kick the ball. Punt the ball away, definitely. Done like swarming. If they are strength 1, having illusion players who aren't really there would be great, but I don't know how you do that. If they're in Thimble Camp, I think they'll have animosity halflings to limit use of halfling stars. Yeah, actually, that would be bad vibes, wouldn't it? If you've got Puggy playing for gnomes because of the animosity. I love that. Underworld and Old World. Nice setup, by the way. Thank you. Gnomes even a little bit bigger than halflings. Halfling tree has no loner. Okay, maybe no loner then. Strength 1.5 would be fun. Fling tree has no loner. Specifically said it was the same treatment as the fling, so loner is the same. Stevie, the scientist. How you doing, buddy? Where's Brute Fun? Bringing out his gnome team then, I don't know. I'm not sure if we'll get one from him just yet. Mage, get some sort of hit and run. Hit and run would be cool. I do like strip ball, actually, for her. Or the fox. I think this is going to be if you said to somebody, hey, Skaven / Underworld, but stunty, I think this is what we'll kind of get. I think it's going to be a little bit more agile, a little bit faster, but also smushier, but still expensive. I don't think this is going to be a star player team like halflings. Halflings are the sandwich of Blood Bowls, okay? Bun, what's the sandwich? When you go to the sandwich, you don't go, hello, I'd like a bread sandwich, please. Generally speaking, it's a case of like, I'd like a ham sandwich. Or I would like a turkey sandwich, which is your Griff roster, your Carla roster, your Deep Root roster. I don't think gnomes are going to be like that. I think the mage is a jester. He said, might update Squig team to double. Love that. Animosity doesn't work with stars. Maybe they're just not allowed. Because gnomes take all the jobs as court jesters. Hello from Michigan. Hope your family's doing well. They are all good. I've got to go take over. It's my baby shift now. College of Shadow and Life. Team is really refreshing. Absolutely. Gnome jesters use illusion and the gnomes wearing the jester hats. Makes sense. I like it. Right. Anyway, guys, I am going to wrap up for the evening. Thank you so much for joining me. Sorry I did cut the stream a little bit late, a little bit short, and sorry we had the internet out. What is the point of this thing? Anyway, I'm going to wrap up. Thank you very much for joining us. We'll be back soon with more Blood Bowl content. Probably tomorrow if Games Workshop drop an article. Otherwise, I'll see you soon, and happy blocking. No, happy honking.